You know, it's funny. Pretty much every ancient culture has this idea of a center of the universe, a kind of pivot point for everything. And it makes sense, right? We all want to find our place in the grand scheme of things. But what if one of these ancient ideas wasn't just a myth? What if it was actually a complex, multi-layered blueprint for reality itself?
So, let me ask you a question, straight up. Is the center of the universe a mountain of gold? I mean, a literal, physical mountain soaring into the heavens with the sun and moon just circling it like celestial ornaments. It sounds kind of wild, right? But for centuries, that's exactly how people have described Mount Meru, the supposed center of the Hindu and Buddhist cosmos.
Well, here's the thing. If the ancient rishis, the wise sages who actually came up with this whole idea, were here today, they'd be laughing their heads off. Because treating Meru like some physical mountain you could climb, that completely misses the point. They weren't drawing a map for an explorer. No, they were handing down a code.
And that's exactly what we're going to do today. We're going to deconstruct this whole thing. We're going to peel back the layers of the story to find that cosmic code hidden inside. Is it just a nice poetic myth, or is it something way, way more profound?
Look, this idea of a cosmic center, it's not unique to India at all. I mean, think about it. The Greeks had Mount Olympus, right? Home of the gods. The Norse had Yggdrasil, that giant world tree connecting everything. And yeah, Hinduism has Mount Meru. But, and this is a big but, as we're about to find out, its purpose was way more technical.
So this really sets up two completely different ways of looking at Mount Meru. On the one hand, you've got what most people hear about, the myth. You know, the giant golden mountain where the creator, Brahma, hangs out. But then, there's the hidden reality, the thing it actually is. A cosmic axis, a mathematical blueprint, and, believe it or not, a map of your own consciousness.
And hey, the poetic version sounds amazing, doesn't it? A mountain, so tall you can't even imagine it, the pivot for the sun, moon, and all the planets. It's surrounded by these 7 continents and 7 oceans. It's a gorgeous image. And honestly, it's easy to see why people just go, yeah, okay, that's just a fairy tale. And that is the absolute key here. The people who dismiss it as a fairy tale and the people who are literally looking for a golden mountain on Google Maps, they are both completely missing the point. Both sides are just stuck looking at the surface, and they're missing this incredible truth that's coded right into the symbols. All right, so let's start peeling back these layers. First up, astronomy. We're going to zoom out to the whole galaxy and then zoom right back down to our little planet. This is where that code really starts to crack open. Let's just get this out of the way right now. Meru was never a geographical location. You were never supposed to be able to plug coordinates into your GPS and find it. The sages weren't drawing maps for explorers. They were building a model of the entire cosmos. See, way back in the ancient Vedic texts, they had this word stanu. It literally translates to the unmoving pole, or the pillar. And they described it as the one central point, the one pivot that the entire galaxy spins around.
Does that sound a little familiar? It should, because that is exactly how modern astrophysicists describe Sagittarius A star, the supermassive black hole at the very center of our Milky Way. An ancient idea and a modern scientific fact. Pretty cool, huh?
So this model is actually working on 2 different scales at once. You've got the whole galaxy spinning around its center, Stanu, but then, from where we're standing on Earth, because our planet is also spinning on its own axis, it looks like all the stars are revolving around a single fixed point in the sky, the celestial pole. And get this 2-level rotation perfectly matches what the old texts say about everything revolving around Meru. So Meru is an axis for the galaxy and for the planet. Okay, but it doesn't just stop with stars and galaxies. The philosophy behind all this is that the giant universe out there, the macrocosm, is a perfect reflection of the little universe inside each and every one of us, the microcosm. It's that classic idea, as above, so below. It means the very same patterns, the same building blocks, the same core axes that run the whole universe, well, they exist right inside the human body too. So what's the internal Mount Meru? It's called the Meru Danda. And what is it? It's your spine. Yeah, your backbone. In all the yoga traditions, the spine is seen as the central axis for our consciousness. It's the pole that all the chakras are lined up on, and it's the pathway for that spiritual energy, kundalini, to rise. So you've got this cosmic axis out there and a direct biological copy right inside you.
But wait, it gets even more precise, even crazier. Meru isn't just a concept for the cosmos and the body, it's also a straight-up mathematical blueprint. It's a fundamental pattern that's literally woven into the fabric of numbers.
Check this out. This is the Meru Prastara. It's an ancient Indian pattern of numbers. Now, if you're a mathematician, you're looking at this and going, wait a minute, it's instantly recognizable. We call it Pascal's triangle today, named after a French guy who came along thousands of years after this was already written down in India.
And this is no mere party trick. This pattern, the Meru Prastara, is the key to so much stuff. It's the foundation for binomial expansion in algebra. It's behind probability theory in quantum mechanics. It's how you get the infinite, beautiful complexity of fractals. And the ancients used it to calculate cosmic cycles and rhythms. This thing is, well, it's everywhere.
So, where does that leave us? What does it all mean? We've got a cosmic axis, a biological axis in our spine, and a mathematical blueprint for reality itself, and they're all called Meru. The real point, the real message, was never about finding a mountain. It's about finding your place inside this incredibly complex, interconnected system.
So the ultimate takeaway is this. Meru wasn't an atlas for the physical world. It was a cosmic diagram. It was a tool designed to help you locate yourself, your own consciousness within the massive structure of existence. It's meant to answer that huge question, where am I? But on a scale you can't even imagine.
So everything we've talked about really boils down to three core truths, three huge ideas that the whole concept of Meru was built to teach us. Okay, number one, reality does have a center, but it's not Earth. It's the eternal, unmoving axis of the entire cosmos. Number two, your own consciousness has a center, your spine, your awareness, and you can actually align it with that cosmic axis. And finally, number three, the deepest patterns of the universe, from how galaxies are built to the math that describes it all, those patterns are reflected right inside of you.
So in the end, this whole quest to find Mount Meru leads us somewhere completely unexpected. The ancient sages weren't telling us to go find a place on a map. They were telling us to open our eyes and see a universal design. Meru isn't a place, it's a pattern.